So I went out today. I stopped at the grocery store, but then I also, on the way home, stopped at AC Moore's to just pick up a few little things. So I thought I would just show, like, the couple things I got today. Why not? So without turning this channel into too much of a craft channel, because I want it to be more art and writing, and I'm working on trying to get, like, a good content flow going for this channel. So without turning into too much of a craft channel, I did get a couple of crafty kind of things. One would be this little hoop for cross stitching. So I've done like a tiny bit of cross stitching before, mostly like practice stuff. I want to try and go back to get back into teaching myself how to cross stitch. So I got this, and I got I didn't want to get like the canvas thing because I just don't like how it feels, to be honest. But I did find like there was a cheap dollar fabric roll. This is a light green because I'm thinking of doing like a shamrock or something on it. Again, it's mostly just going to be practice. This is like $1, so I'm going to try and open it. Cheap, doesn't matter if I mess up. It's like a nice piece of fabric right here. It's more than I thought. So my plan was to, I guess, take a portion of this and do like a small little shamrock design as practice. You know, St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Because I want to get back into teaching myself a little bit of cross stitching. Because I think it's fun. It's kind of relaxing. You can also do it while you're like watching TV or listening to a podcast. It doesn't take up a lot of room. Let me see if I can get this set up, if I remember. I don't know if I'm going to be posting craft stuff on this channel, because I didn't want to make this like some kind of super crafty kind of channel. I want it to be more in art and writing, which I have started doing some filming for like a writing vlog. I'm thinking of doing those more. And I did do a self-portrait recently, which I'm going to get to in a second. But I did not record it because self-portrait where I'm in my bra, basically, and I don't want to get in trouble on YouTube because who knows what YouTube thinks. But it's my hoop. Yeah, so I don't know. I may try and do some, I'm not going to say live streams with this because this is something I'm going to do when I'm, like, watching TV. You know, to keep my hands busy. Keep me off the phone, too. But that was one little project I wanted to work on this month. The other thing I got was a 2-pack of canvases, just whatever this basic canvas brand is, whatever. So I recently finished a self-portrait, and I was going to do another one to, you know, play around with acrylics and practice and blah, blah, blah. But my other canvases I have kind of have some water damage on them. And by the way, I'm just going to show it. Hopefully I don't get in trouble with YouTube, because it's art, and there's some cleavage. But this is a self-portrait of me. Does it look like me? Who knows? But this is what I was working on, and I was going to start another self-portrait. But I didn't have any canvases. So I went out and got 2 new canvases. I got a 2-pack at AC Moore's, just, you know, something basic. So I'm still working in acrylics. I want to get back to oils, but I need to do that outside because they smell and it's not healthy to breathe in, and I have cats and a small chihuahua, so I have to, you know, wait until I can do it outside when I have nice weather and ventilation. Until then, I'm playing around with acrylics. This I was focusing on using just primary colors. This book is Bend Sinister by Vladimir Nabokov, which I'm trying to read his collection of books. I'm starting that this year and trying to get through his entire collection, however long that takes. But yeah, I finished this. I'm actually happy with how it turned out, more or less. You know, I thought it was, I didn't blend as much as, like, I would if I had oils, for example. Because acrylics, like, they dry way faster, and it's harder to go back in. I tried going back in with the blue blanket to, like, define some shading and whatnot, but it wasn't really working because the paint had already dried. So it was hard to mix the same exact blue. So I kind of left it on purpose, not as blended in. You know, I kind of wanted to, that kind of like texture and motion. It kind of matches like the book cover here. And I put the book away, but that's the actual book cover I have for that version. What else? I'm just overall happy with it. But I did need new canvases because I'm going to do another self-portrait. And then I started planning out a collection of artwork with one main theme, which I don't want to talk too much about because I feel like if I talk, I won't do it. So I'm trying to just work and then talk about it later, or at least get some progress going before I talk about it. So that project, I started off trying to do digitally. Did not work because my line work is weak when it comes to digital. So then I was thinking, all right, I will do the line work traditionally, pen and ink, scan it. Wasn't happy with what I've been producing. So I'm going to try painting with acrylics because I think acrylics will give me the colors that I want, the vibrant colors that I want, while also I just can't really get digital down aside from like a certain type of simplistic kind of style. I don't really know how to explain the style I do. I did find a style I like, but it's not what I want to use for this project, this painting that I have sketched out. Painting illustration. So I'm going to try it with acrylics, see if I like how that turns out. Maybe I'm just being picky. I don't know. But I'm like, my digital style, it definitely needs a lot of work because that's not what I'm used to. But I'm thinking, do I want to put in more effort into digital work right now? There is a digital piece that I'm working on that is, I'm treating it more like I would if I were painting. That is like, I don't know how to explain it, but how do you explain it? I don't want to say more blending, but it's like, I should record myself and then show you guys. It's way easier. But I kind of like how that's turning out. I'm putting patches of color and then I'm going in, like zooming in and trying to blend between the colors, like, as opposed to broadly blending, if that makes sense. I'm not sure how to really phrase it. I'm just not big on digital. Also, like, I had more brushes before, but it's been a while since I touched Photoshop or Sai, because I've been practicing with Sai too. So I need to remake my brushes or go find some good ones. It's something that if I want to go back to digital, I'll have to practice more. So I may try a couple digital things, but for the most part, I really just like my traditional media. I like my acrylics, I like my oils. I should probably practice watercolors again. I was into them for a little while, but I kind of like the acrylics and oils. I want to get back to oils, to be honest. But yeah, so I'm going to try to record my self-portrait painting in acrylics, my next one. I want to try and do some writing vlogs. So I'm mainly I'm working on some romance stories and some erotica, because that's what I write and self-publish. But I also have like some poetry that I've been working on, some not romance, not smut, lady smut. Can't help it. I read that genre, so of course I want to write it. That's what I like. I like a little romance. But I do have some poetry too that I've been working on. See, I want to do some writing vlogs, but I pretty much just write when I'm on the couch. Like, I have the TV on, like maybe hang out with my boyfriend while he's watching basketball or something. I'll be on the couch with my laptop writing. I did recently go hang out at the Barnes & Noble Cafe and did a little writing. Not of smut. I did like the non-smutty scenes. some people write smut in public. I really don't care. I mean, I get creeped out, though, because there's people around and, like, kids around. I'm like, no, I'll just write it at home. So, in the future, we can look forward to some writing vlogs and some more painting videos. I'm going to be doing mostly traditional work. I do want to try and do, like, some tutorial kind of things, but I always start planning things out, and then I'm thinking, I'm not really the best at it. But then art is so subjective, too. Like, this self-portrait, I was working on this. Like, I told you, I didn't really blend everything. But I also did that on purpose. Like, I kind of wanted the motions and the texture and the, I don't know, the look of it. If that makes sense. So art, too, it's, like, so subjective. You don't have to be, like, perfectly blended, perfectly refined with the pieces you make. So, I mean, I can try to offer a few tutorials, maybe. Let me work on some, like, traditional work first, get some videos up, and try to get this channel geared towards traditional art, and less, like, me just playing around, because I know I have some digital work up here, but I don't think I'm going to focus on improving digital. The only thing I'm going to do digital would be, like, the cute little fish stickers I designed. Which reminds me I have to get my shop up, which is another issue. Another thing I have to work on. But, you know, I'm, like, over here taking on writing, taking on art, taking on my other YouTube channel, which is, like, a book and study channel. That was my dog. I have an actual full-time job. I'm thinking of going back to doing some Grubhubbing every now and again, like maybe 3 times a week, to make some extra money, you know, some side hustling. And there's other things I've been thinking about, but I'm not going to start yet. So, yeah, I take on a lot of projects, and you have to try and find a balance for them, or else you just fail at everything. So I need to slowly add things in, and then realize when I need to stop. Or the other thing is structure things, so you work on one thing one day and another the other day, or, like, maybe go 3 weeks working on one project and not the other stuff. Like, it's all about structuring and time management and setting deadlines and setting yourself up to meet those deadlines. So that's what I've been working on. But I do have a couple other ideas planned for videos and blog posts related to writing and self-publishing, erotica, and romance. Mostly erotica, because my romance I haven't self-published yet because it needs to be edited more. Like, the erotica gets edited, but not to the same extent that I'm going to have the romance get edited. But I'll definitely be talking more about the writing projects as I'm writing them, because that's something that I feel like I can talk about without losing the motivation. You know, sometimes you talk about plans and then you feel like, oh, I accomplished something, so you don't actually follow through with the plans and accomplish them. That's why I try to avoid talking about things before I start or before I do them. But I've started the writing and I'm working on it, so it's just a matter of meeting deadlines and being realistic with them. Because, you know, I have to take into account that I work full-time and I have personal hobbies and other side projects that I want to, like, turn into side hustle kind of things. But yeah, anyway, so I'm doing that self-portrait, going to do some writing vlogging, maybe some writing tips, maybe some art tips down the future, and I don't know if you guys want me to do, like, crafty stuff on this channel, yeah, but I am going to be doing this in my free time, so maybe I can talk a little bit about crafting if you guys are interested. So those are my plans coming up, and thank you for watching.